What is going on YouTube? It's your boy Dollar Mike and I'm back at it again with another video. And in today's video, we're talking about the Chase credit limit increase. A couple of months ago, Chase actually changed the rules when it came to credit limit increases. Normally, when you go ahead and do a credit limit increase with Chase, at least before this change, they would do a hard inquiry on your account. So pretty much you would get a hard pull on your credit report, which would temporarily drop your credit score and also leave a hard inquiry on your credit report for about 2 years. Now, Chase has quietly changed this about 2 months ago, and I want to go ahead and try it out for myself to see what kind of credit limit increases I can get and pretty much provide that information to you. So yesterday I went ahead and tried some credit limit increases in different methods using the Chase platform, and I got some good results that we're going to talk about in today's video, and I'll show you guys as well. So let's not waste any more time. Let's get right into the video. Let's go. So we want some credit limit increases and we want them now. Right here are two of my Chase cards. I have the Chase Sapphire Preferred and also the Chase Freedom Flex right here. And these are the two cards I'm going to use for this example today. This credit card, before everything worked out yesterday, had a credit limit of $9,500 or $9,500. And this credit card right here had a credit limit of $10,500. Now, what are they now? More than that, but we're going to get into how exactly to do this process, the different ways you can do it, and all that. So let's go over just that. As I mentioned before, a couple of months ago, Chase quietly changed the rules. So now when you go ahead to apply for a credit limit increase, there are no hard pulls or hard inquiries on your credit. They will do a soft pull on your credit, which does not impact your credit score temporarily and does not leave any type of inquiry on your credit report at all. So that's great for you. You can go ahead and go out and get a higher credit limit by just simply asking Chase. So there are multiple ways to go ahead and get a credit limit increase with your Chase cards, and some of the ways are just simply calling the number on the back of the card. That's probably one of the first and easiest ways to do it. Just call them on the back of the card, ask for a credit limit increase, and get a credit limit increase. You can also apply online via the Chase website. You can also apply online via the Chase app, and you can also apply online via the Secure Message Center inside either the Chase website or the Chase app. Now I got my credit limit increase from 2 out of 4 of these methods. I called for one of them and I did the Secure Message Center for another one, but I do want to go ahead and tell you about the other 2 ways you can do it via just applying on the Chase app or the website. So when you go on the Chase app or on the Chase website, pretty much you're going to go ahead and click on whatever credit card you want a credit limit increase for. You're going to go and hit Account Services and then hit Request Credit Limit Increase. And you should see a whole bunch of options there for you to go ahead and select a credit limit increase if one is available to you. Now, if one is not available to you, then you can go ahead and either call them or you can message them through the Secure Message Center, which I do in this video. And I'll show you exactly what I said or exactly what I do in both of those methods. Now, Chase does ask you a couple of questions that you need to be aware of and pretty much know the answer to so you can go ahead and get the credit limit increases. They are pretty much very basic questions, but you should just know this before you call or if you apply online. Most importantly, when it comes to your credit limit increase, you need to know your total gross annual income. That's pretty much how much you make at your current job in your current role every single year before taxes. So when you got hired on and they say you're going to make $50,000 a year, that is what your total gross annual income is. It's $50,000 a year. You can also add other income into this number, such as money that somebody else may give you on a pretty consistent basis, or money from a side hustle. You can include that in there, or money from investment income if you have something like that as well. On top of that, you'll need to know, or Chase will need to know, if you are employed. If you're either employed, you're unemployed, you're self-employed, whatever. Pretty much, do you have a job? Yes or no? That's pretty much the gist of it. And past that, they're going to want to know the annual non-taxable income. So if you have any annual non-taxable income, meaning money that you receive that does not get taxed every single year, such as maybe alimony or child support, something on those lines, if it's non-taxable, if you don't get taxed on that money, they'll want to know that as well. As long as you got those things out the way, you should be all good to go for a credit limit increase. As long as you're a good standing customer, you take care of your credit cards and essentially just pay your bills. Before I get into the results of how much my credit limit increased on both of these cards, I do want to talk about 3 things to note before you go ahead and either apply online, call them, whatever. 3 things to note that might give you better chances at getting a credit limit increase in general with Chase cards and honestly any other credit card as well. First thing to know, which I think is recommended and not required, is to pretty much pay your balance off in full before you go ahead and ask for any credit limit increases. Like I said, you do not have to do this, but I think you do get a better chance. For me, just reading online, looking at forums, Reddit, comments on YouTube videos and stuff like that, it seems like people have a better chance of getting a credit limit increase if their balance is paid off in full before they go ahead and ask for that credit limit increase. So that might work out for you. You might be fine just go ahead and asking without doing that, but I'm just saying I think you have better chances of getting a limit increase if you go ahead and pay your balance off in full first. Well, number two is something I already kind of alluded to before, is that you'll likely be approved for a credit limit increase if you simply pay your credit card off in full every single month. And you can pretty much ask for a credit limit increase, I would say anywhere between every 6 to 12 months. Now, I know some people that ask for a credit limit increase every single 3 months or 3 to 6 months. That's completely up to you. I personally don't do that just because I'm not really trying to increase my credit limit all the time. Like it improves your credit score overall, but it's not that big a deal to me. And I had enough credit going before me even applying for a credit limit increase in the first place. But if you want to do every 3 months, you can. I would say every 6 to 12 months, I don't think it's that deep. It depends on how much of a credit limit increase they're giving you. If it's not that much, then by all means go 3 months. If it is, then go for 6. Either way, if you pay your credit cards off in full every single month, there really should be no issue on you getting a credit limit increase on top of you being a long-standing customer. So if you're just opening a credit card and you're 2 months in and you're wanting an increase, you're probably not going to get it. I'll say at least wait 6 months, but hey, some people do a little earlier, it works out, some people don't, and it just doesn't work out. And lastly, the third thing to note is that regardless of what happens when you go ahead and ask for a credit limit increase, this does not impact you negatively in any way. So don't be afraid to do anything like this. Don't be afraid to pick up the phone and call them. These companies work for you. They want your business. They want you to stay with them and use their cards. So don't think, even if you don't get a credit limit increase, don't think it's the end of the world. Don't think your credit score is going to drop because they didn't give you an increase because they don't trust you or something. Don't think any of that. It's not how it works. It's simply put, when it comes to your credit limit increasing, it just comes down to how you're paying your bills, how much debt you have, how much income you're making, all that kind of good stuff. So either way, there's pretty much like 3 things that can happen. Either you get the increase that you requested, you do get an increase in general, maybe not the number you requested, but you still get an increase regardless, or you don't get an increase, they deny you, and they send you something in the mail saying why they denied you. This is still very important because this will tell you exactly why you didn't get an increase, and you can use this information to get an increase in the future. Just because they said no one time, wait 3 to 5 months and ask again. If you change your ways, you paid your bills off and all that kind of good stuff, then by all means, you'll probably get a credit limit increase once you ask after that time. After you fix your mistake, they'll probably take care of it. Regardless, let's jump into the results. So the first one was a phone call. So I'm going to go ahead and toss some B-roll up on screen. Pretty much, this is really simple. I literally called the number on the back of the Chase card. They picked up the phone. I simply asked for a credit limit increase. That was literally it. You can watch the video here. I'll try to fast forward it and chop it up a little bit.
Mr. Mitchell, how may I help?
How you doing today? I was just trying to request a credit limit increase.
That's totally amazing. I would be glad to go ahead and assist you with your request. I got your Chase Sapphire Preferred ending in. You're calling in to have the credit line increase request. I would like first to let you know, Mr. Michael, that the credit bureau pool will not result in a hard inquiry for this request. There will be 3 possible results. It could be approved, denied, or pending, and request is net guaranteed.
And the annual income is
any portion of this income not taxable?
no.
Do you have a monthly housing payment? If there is, how much?
The monthly housing payment right now is currently $2,100 a month.
Congratulations, we have successfully approved you for a maximum $18,500 credit limit, and that is effective immediately.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, sir. Anything else, like adding authorized user?
Not today. Thank you.
You're welcome. If there's nothing more, thank you for calling Chase. You have a good day.
You as well. Bye-bye. Take care. But that was pretty much it. I was approved. So pretty much I asked for a credit limit increase. All they asked me for was my annual gross income and whether or not I was employed. And I went from a $9,500 credit limit on this card, which was 2 days ago, and now we're sitting at $18,500. Of course, that is a $9,000 credit limit increase, which I'm happy about. I'll take it. When it comes to the other card, the Chase Freedom Flex, I did not call them for this one. I actually did this through the secure message center in the app, and I can actually put something on screen on what exactly I said in the secure message center, but pretty much the same exact thing. I went on there, I pretty much asked for a credit limit increase, and I actually said in the message how much of an increase I wanted. I said I wanted $25,000. Mind you, beforehand, this credit limit was to $10,500. So I asked them for pretty much over double, $25,000 for a credit limit increase for this, and they pretty much came back. They said you are approved. This took about a 10-hour process. This wasn't instant like this one. This took about 10 hours because I was messaging someone back and forth. They came back and said, okay, you're approved. We're not going to approve you for $25,000, but we'll give you $21,000. And I was like, okay, I'll take it. So I went from $10,500 on this card to $21,000. So pretty much a credit limit increase of $9,500. Just out of 5 minutes of work right here, just for sending a couple of messages back and forth to the support agent, and that was literally it. It did end up asking for the same exact thing as the person on the phone, pretty much my annual gross income and whether I was employed or not. And like I said, I'll put the exact message I sent on the screen right here so you can go ahead and see. And that's pretty much it. That is the gist, and that's exactly how you do it with the Chase cards. There is a soft pull, so you don't have to worry about it impacting your credit whatsoever. So that's great. And on top of that, since I have higher credit limits now, that'll overall boost my credit score because I'll have a overall lower credit utilization rate. If you don't know what that means, essentially, it's pretty much saying that I'm using less of my money or less of my credit than I was using before because I have more available to me. Now, for reference sake and statistics, I'm 26 years old. I make over $100,000 a year, and my credit score currently is above 770. So does all that play a role in getting a higher credit limit? Possibly, to an extent. Your income, I would say, is the most important thing that you need to worry about to get a higher credit limit, but it's not the end all be all. It still matters on how much money you're spending in housing. If you live with your parents, you don't have to worry about that because I'm assuming you don't have to pay for it, but some people do. If you don't, then you obviously have to pay rent or whatever. So it all just comes down to that. It's just a numbers game. If they can do that for you and you're a good long-standing customer with them, or even a short-standing customer, as long as you're a good customer with them and you pay your bills, they'll likely give you a credit limit increase. It's not that big a deal, and you can go ahead and ask for another one 3 to 6 months, 6 to 12 months, however you want to look at it. Go ahead and ask for another one and just continue the process. Overall, like I said before, just because you have all this extra credit does not mean you need to use all this extra credit. These credit cards are a tool, and they can be your worst enemy if you do not use them wisely. So make sure you're paying your bills off in full every single month. You do not overspend with any credit card at all, at least the whole purpose of getting one, in my personal opinion, because of all the benefits that I get from this card in particular. If I'm sitting here paying interest, it's useless. All these points allow me to fly for free across the world. They allow me to get other free things. They give me other benefits. I use this credit card to fly across the world for literally, $78? That's all I paid. Mind you, my flight and everything costs about $4,000. So $78 just for the points for using this credit card, and that's pretty much it. Paying my bills that I was going to normally pay anyway. Instead of me paying for cash, I pay with the credit card, pay it off in full every month, and that's the gist. So if you're interested, I have a video talking about my whole travel situation and how that worked and how I redeemed the points for all that money and all that kind of good stuff. So that was cool. I also have a video going over credit in general. So you need to get your credit score up before you even go ahead and try to ask for a credit limit increase. Then have a video for that as well to overall increase your credit score. And that's pretty much it. If you have any other credit related questions, definitely let me know down in the comment section below. And by all means, go and hit Chase up. Let me know. Post your results down below. Let me know what you came from, what you're going to when it comes to a credit limit increase. Let me know if they approved, denied you. If they denied you, it's cool. It's okay. It's not the end of the world. You can ask later on. You can fix and ask later on. It's not a big deal. So let me know your results. I'll be right here. And also, I guess, let me know that you made it to the end of this video. Do the comment or type down below limit breaker. I like that. Type down below limit breaker. I'll know that you made it to the end of the video, and I'll also know, or I guess you can also let me know what credit limit increase you got, how much money, all that kind of good stuff. Well, regardless, that's all I really got for today's video. Take care, go forth, and get your credit limits increased. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Let me know if you need any other personal finance like content, questions, all that kind of stuff down below in the comment section. I'm out. Take care of yourselves. Stay safe, stay positive, stay hydrated. Dollar Mike, peace, because I can't breathe. Woo! I'll see you guys in the next video.